Okay guys, thanks for watching. I thought you would be interested in meeting the guides. A lot of people have been watching the lead up to the hunting season and the bear camp vlogs and stuff like that. And I just thought it'd be really interesting for you guys to get to know these guys better and how we met and what you like about it and what you don't like about me or whatever. I don't know. So we got Jake and Bill and Josh and of course Bernie. And these guys are my #1 guides, I guess, 1A, 1B, and 1C. And you also have met like Skylar and Sterling and Virgil and Daryl, who have all helped out, but they've done different things at times, but these guys are the primary guides. Let's just start with Jake. Tell us a little bit about why you like this, or what is there favorite things about this that you like?
Well, I tell you, I just really I really enjoy being in the woods and being out there in the trails, and I never thought I would really enjoy guiding until I started doing it here a few years back, and it's almost like you get to shoot every one of them bears yourself. Yeah. You know, when you're bringing these guys out there, and you get to help them and watch them, and you're there from bringing them into the stand and until they harvest a bear, and you help them drag it or track it, the whole 9 yards. And it almost feels like you get to shoot about 5 or 6 of them a year yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you like you were ate up with bear hunting before you started this. Yeah. I mean, you're a really serious bear hunter already. You're as bad addicted as I am. Yeah. But Bill, who's your father, he was kind of a casual. You shot a couple bears, but like when I called you up and I said I need a guide, I need a guy that can be personal with people and attentive to their needs, and he's not afraid of hard work. And you said maybe my dad would be good at that. And that turned out to be kind of an understatement. You fell in love with this, didn't you?
Well, you know, like you say, my son Jake here, he's a complete outdoorsman. And he grew up in the woods there, you know, in our log house. And the nice thing about it was I wasn't much of a hunter, but I taught him. I was always really good at putting people on animals. Okay. So I taught my kids real early where to get them and how to get them and how to catch the fish and how to clean them. And then I never had to do it after that. So it made it easy for me because my 2 boys, they were good hunters and fishermen. So that was a big part of our upgrowing, and they could do it themselves. So that was nice.
Yeah. What do you like about? Because at first you weren't too sure if you really want to do this, but now you really seem to like it.
Yeah, I like the part of meeting people, the guiding part. That's fun. But the baiting, it's different aspects, like the baiting and being in the woods. You know, the first day you get out there and the leaves are this tall still, and the second day they're kind of beat down. And by the end of the first week, you got cubs in the trees with you. You know? Yeah, it's really it's really rewarding.
Yeah, when you're out there baiting, you basically have success every day. Yeah. You know, it's not like when maybe you go deer hunting or something, and maybe once a week you see a buck or a deer or whatnot. But when you're baiting bears and they're hitting, every day you're looking at camera pictures, and it's success.
You get a payoff every time you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Really enjoyable.
So Josh, we met in a kind of an odd way, because I had a guide that didn't show up, and I put on Facebook that I really need help tomorrow. Can anybody come and help me? Yeah. And you and Daryl responded and said, we'll be there. And you guys just
here ever since.
He keeps coming back.
Yeah.
And, so. You know, Daryl had to go get a real job.
Yep.
So now he can't help as much, but it's pretty cool that you know, you're a bear hunter too, so it just was a natural fit for you.
Yep. Yeah, it's you know, bear hunting's awesome, and just the experience and the adrenaline rush that you get when you have a bear coming in, and seeing that on our clients' faces is #1 for me. And one of the main reasons why I love doing this, you almost get to see that rush, kind of like what Jake was saying, and it's almost like taking it yourself.
It's pretty close.
Yep. So I mean, it's definitely it's a fun experience, and you learn this stuff every time you go out.
Yeah. Yeah, so two of you guys have actually went through the process of getting, you went through the classes and you
Yep.
got a bear guide's license. You have both done that.
Yep.
Bill might someday. I don't know if you can teach an old dog.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm older than you, but it's got to be really close.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's less than a year.
We'll leave our hats on.
Yeah. So you guys are serious enough about this that like you really want to do it the right way and stuff like that. And you don't have to. Since I'm a master guide, I can hire people like Bill who just love doing it and are good at it, and they don't have to have an actual bear license. But you guys have taken that step as well to go ahead and take the course and stuff.
Yeah, I did the course about 6 or 7 years ago now, and it was shortly after that when I met you actually. So
we should talk about how I met you too, because I think you and Kyle responded to was it a Facebook post or something where
yeah,
the first year I was guiding here, it's like I just ran out of bait. I had no idea. I mean, I knew I had a system that was really going to work, but holy cow, did I go through the bait.
Yeah.
And I put something on YouTube that I'm running out of bait, and you guys contacted me, and you got a container in Grand Rapids,
yeah.
and they're like, we got a few extra barrels of trail mix, and I drove down there and bought them from you.
We had a 40-foot shipping container plumb full at that time.
Yeah.
And we were feeding bears. Well, Kyle and I, a good friend of mine, he's not here right now, but him and I were feeding bears for about 6 or 7 years before then, and we were getting tags when we could. Obviously, it was a little easier back then, but then we were enjoying it so much that we were feeding them on years that we didn't have tags.
Yeah.
We were just feeding them to get pictures, so we were buying bait by the semi-load.
Yeah, that was before it got.
Yeah,
it's probably twice as much now as it was back then.
Yeah, it wasn't quite 150 a barrel then, but and then we had about a semi-load or so stored up, and you needed some, so that's where we reached out.
Yeah.
And I knew you had just got this location here in Lawrence Lake, and I mean, like Dad said, I grew up right here 5 miles from here, and I had figured it'd be a good way to introduce myself and hopefully get involved.
Well, yeah, it
worked out.
It worked, yeah. So I got, that's how I met you and Kyle.
Yeah.
And then eventually you started helping more and more, and now you're really involved in the bear show. You're the assistant director, and you've been really, really valuable for me there, making calls and just you're a good sounding board too. I mean, you're not really a business owner, but you actually got a pretty good business mind. So I like bouncing ideas off you. And let's just go down and just what's your favorite part? Each of you, just what's the favorite part about it? We've talked about what we like about it, but can you pick one thing out?
My favorite part is actually baiting them ahead of the clients getting here and being able to check them cameras every day and seeing that success.
Bill?
Well, I think last year was my favorite part was proving me so wrong.
Oh.
Because we had that young girl in there, I think she was like 14, 15 years old.
14, yeah.
And we kept getting pictures of her watching bears, big bears, shooters, all for 5 days. And I took her out the last day, and her dad was with. And I told her, I said, if you really don't want to pull the trigger, as far as we're concerned, this is really a successful hunt. It doesn't always to kill, because I wasn't sure if she was prepared to shoot, actually. And we come back that night and to pick her up, and she had the biggest one in the camp. And that kind of reward,
that's a
is
payoff.
something that will a good memory of mine forever.
And she was so excited, and her dad, this second time he's hunted with us, and he was so excited too, and that was a highlight for me too.
Completely humbling. That she had that kind of patience to watch them quality bears for that long, for that many days. And not take one. And then finally the last day took a big one.
That absolute giant out at Rice. I mean, I got a trail camera video of that bear at the bait when she's in the stand with her dad, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that is That's a 500 plus pound
Yeah.
bear, and that's a Boone and Crockett bear.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, it just didn't really have this right shot angle.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
you're a 14-year-old girl, you know, pull the trigger. But
That was something.
but it was worth it. She made the right choice, and she got paid. She got paid off.
So I guess the memories of it all, you know.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
memories. What do you think, Josh? You got a favorite?
Well, my most favorite thing is just baiting and watching the clients, all the client success after, you know, all our hard work getting done, and it's awesome watching everybody shoot a bear that comes up and or tries to shoot one, or, you know, has an opportunity to shoot one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I guess that for me too is, you know, I like the whole process.
yep.
You know, I'm working here every day in bear camp, getting ready. I'm moving stuff around. You know, today I was making new signs because I got new baits. You got to have signs.
Yeah.
And I was doing that. I got a long list of things that all have to be done, and it's just like I just enjoy it because, you know, when the middle of September comes and the last hunter goes home and everybody had a great experience and everybody had a chance to shoot a bear.
Yep.
It's just, yeah, I can't pick one thing out that I love more than anything else. The whole process is really good to me. And you know, if I had to say, I just love being in the woods and the baiting, but also the trail cameras are like a sport in itself.
Oh, yeah.
You know, seeing the bears, and when somebody shoots a bear and you go in there and they're like, oh, I got one, and they text you or whatever, and you go in there and you're like, oh, I know that bear.
Yeah.
I've seen that bear on, you know.
Yeah.
It's like we're buddies.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that, and when you sit there and watch them for 15 days before the season starts,
Right.
you know, you get to know them all pretty good.
And it's surprising how some of them, you watch them go from 180 pounds to 220 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I paid for that. Big butt,
You're
you know.
fattening them up,
You
yeah.
you got a big butt, and I paid for it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So.
We just got to work on our stand locations. That way we're not on the top of a hill. We'll have to drag them bears back.
Yeah. Yep.
We got to
Yeah,
train
we
them a little better.
We should always tell people, make sure they're pointed at the truck.
Yeah.
I tell them to wound them and then we'll lead them out of the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have a talk about that. That's not the way we're playing. Yeah, I'm looking for a guide.
Yeah.
No,
So,
seriously, you guys you've brought a lot of value to the camp, all three of you guys, and any other guys I mentioned too.
We've had great success.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done it for 2 years now, and I think we've sent one hunter without a bear and had many shots. I think he
It was
wounded
his
a couple.
choice.
Yeah, it was his
the
choice.
guy we had a guy that wounded too, and
Yeah.
we had to shut him off, that was really hard.
Yeah.
But
Super important to make good kills, shots.
Yeah.
That's probably my
Practice,
least.
practice,
If you're
practice.
asking for the funnest or the least, my least favorite part of this is if they don't make a good shot.
yeah,
That's pretty bad because
We
like
have
you
to
say,
go
we
after
know this bear.
yeah.
yeah.
We want a decent kill,
And then we have to go after a wounded bear.
and then if you can't find it, then it's,
Yeah.
there's been a couple that we couldn't. We even had the dogs and everything else, and it's kind of disheartening, that part of it.
Yeah, it is.
That
Yeah.
part of it's, but that is part of hunting. We all know that. So, but
Yeah.
it's super. And super. Last year was just absolutely fantastic. The kills.
Yeah, they.
I mean,
every
everything was
one
just,
of them was like,
yeah.
like
Right by the bait barrel.
Yeah, we had several that were just laying by the barrel.
Yeah.
Makes for easy tracking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
That was gun or bow, so I was real impressed with the bow kills.
Yeah, we had good bow hunters last year that
Yeah.
made good shots, and we just didn't have any tough track jobs at all.
Okay.
It was just all good last year, and
And I tell you, I know we haven't started baiting yet this year, but the reports of all the neighbors around here, and it's
Oh,
crazy. There's
bear
bears
numbers are up.
everywhere.
Yeah,
there's a lot of bears, and they've been in here at night.
Yeah.
There's a track over here. I mean, it is ginormous. And up here, he batted my barrels around that I had all stacked up there, the bait barrels, and then he tried to pull full barrel of trail mix off the trailer up here.
Yeah.
They're
And,
hungry already.
Yeah.
You know, here's the thing, and this is a question that people are always going to wonder too, especially if they got a bear tag for this year. We always talk about getting the right rains at the right time, and that makes a big difference in how much natural food's in the woods. And we've had a lot of rain this year, but we also had 3 hard frosts on back-to-back days in the middle of May this year, which right during the pollinating season. And most bear foods are insect pollinated.
Yeah.
So that could be a big factor. Now, where I've seen areas where there's a lot of moisture and there's blueberries, there's a lot of blueberries. But whether they actually fill out or not, who knows? There's not as many raspberries. Haven't seen any blackberries. We typically don't yet this time of the year because they come in after the raspberries. But
The raspberries just don't seem to be filling out like normal.
no, they're small and green still, and it's the middle of July.
It's early.
Almost the middle of July.
It seems like when they're in bloom, that's when we're baiting.
Yeah,
You know,
the raspberries are pretty well just finishing up when we're baiting.
Yeah.
And there's still remaining blueberries, but I don't know. I feel pretty good about we're putting good bait in good spots.
Yep.
So even if it's tough and there's a lot of natural foods, we're as good as anybody at competing.
Yeah.
You know, even 2 years ago when it was a horrible year and there was guys that had 40 and 50% success rate, we still had 100%.
Yeah.
Everybody still had a chance to shoot a bear.
A lot of that goes down to all of our preseason scouting, our locations. I mean, I know Bernie, you and me, we're literally all year sharing spots on Onyx and talking about different locations and checking them out in the summer. I mean, we talk about it year round.
Well,
it's not
funny.
just for a month or two.
And it's funny because when you started sharing things on Onyx with me, he'd be like, have you looked at this spot? It looks really good back in there. And he'd share a pin, and I'm like, it's like 30 feet from a pin that I've already got. I've already
That's happened more than a few times.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
And but yeah, we kind of know what to look for, and it's like Bill, he calls me into the road Bernie.
Yeah.
I'm like I go where other people won't go.
Yeah.
And but there's spots that you go in there and you go, ooh, you know, oh yeah, this looks really good. And why? I don't know. I mean, it's my job to teach people how to do this, but sometimes it's hard to put into words, and you just look around and you go, okay,
Feels pretty good.
somebody's going to kill a big bear right here.
Yeah.
You know, and I found one like that this year it's 2 miles past Rice. It's way out there. And I walked in there and went, somebody's going to kill a big bear right here.
Yeah.
So, anything else you guys want to add?
No, it's been good times.
Good and it's fun and
Looking forward to this season again.
Hopefully we get a lot of people in 2 weeks at the Black Bear Show. We can all sit around a campfire like this again and BS about bear hunting.
Yeah. Yeah, and you guys will all be helping out too, and I really appreciate that. Like I told you guys, I told my wife I wasn't going to lose money on it this first year, so I'm really out on a limb. But we got a lot of vendors coming, and I just hope that, I hope the people come.
Yeah.
And it should be really good. We got
See you
great
all there.
seminar speakers, and it's just a lot of fun stuff going on. So that's July 25 through 27. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate you guys being a part of this. And they say successful people, one of the best things or the best attributes of a successful person is he has an ability to surround himself with other successful people. And I feel really, really fortunate that I've got the guys working for me that I do. You guys are awesome, and you're a big part of the success of Burning Bear Camp.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you on the next video.